I didn't mean for any of this to happen. When I hit upload that night, I thought maybe a few thousand people would see it. Maybe they would call me dramatic. Maybe they would tell me to get over it. Instead, 10 million people watched my husband and my sister, in our kitchen, in my house, doing what they thought nobody would ever see. Over 10 million strangers watched my life fall apart in HD. But that's not actually the story. The story is what happened after. The story is how they became famous. Not as the perfect couple they always pretended to be, but as the man and woman who taught the entire internet what betrayal really looks like. My name is Claire. I'm 38 years old. And this is how I turned my husband and my sister into a lesson the whole world will never forget. Before you judge me, before you say, I would have handled it better, just answer this. What would you do if the two people you trusted most took everything from you? Let me know in the comments. Would you confront them quietly? Burn it all down? Or would you make them famous? When I think back, the first thing I remember is not the betrayal. It's the sound. Our house always had this sound. Laughter in the kitchen. Plates clinking. The soft hum of our old refrigerator. My husband's voice, singing off-key to some 90s song. My sister's laugh cutting through everything. It sounded like home. I met Daniel when I was 24. He was 28, tall, quiet, the kind of man who listened more than he spoke. We met in a coffee shop, because of course we did. He spilled his drink on my laptop. He insisted on paying for the repairs. And somehow, that turned into 10 years of marriage. My sister, Lily, is 3 years younger than me. If I am the soft, careful one, she is the storm. Always has been. Beautiful, loud, spontaneous. The kind of woman who walks into a room and you feel everyone turn, a split second before you see her. Growing up, it was always, Claire is the responsible one. Lily is the fun one. I didn't resent it. Or at least, I told myself I didn't. By the time I was 35, my life was normal. Some people would call it boring. But I loved it. I had a decent marketing job. We had a modest house in the suburbs outside of Austin. We were talking about having our first child. We had lazy Sundays and grocery lists and what do you want to watch tonight? Arguments that always ended in something we'd seen 100 times. And Lily? She was always between things. Between jobs. Between apartments. Between relationships. You probably know someone like that. Drop a I know a Lily in the comments if you do. She would come over with bags of clothes and stories about men with expensive watches and no emotional intelligence. She'd sit at my kitchen table, barefoot, scrolling on her phone, complaining about influencers, and then saying, I could totally do this. People would watch me. Daniel liked having her around. He'd say, it's nice to have some chaos in this house, and I would roll my eyes and pretend it didn't sting a little. Because chaos was always what Lily brought. And somehow, this time, I thought it would be different. It started with a breakup. Lily showed up at my door one Tuesday afternoon, mascara smeared, suitcase dragging behind her like a wounded dog. He cheated on me, she said, pushing past me into the house. I have nowhere else to go. Of course, she did. She always did. But nowhere else really meant you're the only place that feels safe. Stay here, I said. For as long as you need. I meant it. I didn't know then that I was opening the door for my own heart to be broken. The first week was fine. We watched bad TV. We ordered way too much takeout. Lily and I stayed up late talking like we were teenagers again. Daniel would come home from work and find us on the couch. Some reality show paused mid-argument, both of us with ice cream. Should I be worried? He'd joke. Always, Lily would say, tossing a pillow at him. By the third week, I noticed things. Little things. How his eyes lingered on her when she laughed. How she, without thinking, straightened his collar when he walked by. How their inside jokes seemed to grow in number every day. Did you two always get along this well? I teased one night, half laughing, half something else. Lily rolled her eyes. Please. Your husband is like my brother. Gross. Daniel just smiled, kissed my forehead, and changed the subject. Tell me in the comments. Have you ever had a moment where something fell off, but you told yourself you were being crazy? Because that's exactly what I did. I told myself they were family. I told myself I was tired. Jealous. Overthinking. Jealous. What a strange word to apply to your own sister. But I was. Whenever we went out together, people gravitated to her. Next to her, I always felt like the background character in my own life. Still, Daniel chose me. He married me. I clung to that like a life raft. And that is how we ignore the first cracks. I never wanted to be on camera. I liked being behind the scenes. At work, I was the person who came up with campaigns, who studied audiences, who watched what made people click. People love a good story, my boss always said. Especially if it feels real. One day, Lily was on her phone again, scrolling, groaning. Look at this, she said. This girl is literally just talking about her breakups and she has, like, 2 million followers. 2 million, Claire. For what? Crying pretty. I shrugged. People like authenticity. No, Lily said. People like drama. And then she said the sentence that would change everything. Help me make a channel. You do marketing. I do, me. We could actually do this. I laughed. What, like a faceless channel? Or are you ready to put your whole life out there? She thought about it. Maybe both. Stories, voiceovers, my face sometimes. We can figure it out. Come on, it'll be fun. I should have said no. Instead, I said, fine. I'll help you. But we do it right. No crazy stunts, no lying. Just real stories. Real people. Real drama, she added, winking. We spent that weekend setting it up. Lights. A second-hand camera from Facebook Marketplace. A mic that made everything sound just a little more dramatic than it was. Our first videos were simple. Lily talking about her breakup. Faceless narration of stories we wrote together. Relationship lessons we pulled from my marketing brain and her messy dating life. The channel grew, slowly at first. 1,000 views here. 5,000 there. A few comments from women saying, "This is my life," or "I feel seen." If you're watching this now, maybe you found me on one of those channels. Drop a day one if you've been here since the early days. Then one video took off. It was Lily telling a story called, "He cheated with my best friend, so I invited her to our wedding." It wasn't even about her. We wrote it, scripted it, exaggerated some parts. It was content. But people thought it was real. The comments exploded. "I can't believe you went through this. Girl, you're so strong. Men are trash." The channel gained 50,000 subscribers in a week. She was right. People didn't just like authenticity. They liked blood. With growth came opportunity. Brands started emailing. Small ones at first, jewelry, skincare, some random tea that promised miracles. Then a mid-sized relationship app reached out. They wanted to sponsor us. They loved the drama, Lily said. They want us to do a series on betrayal. Real stories. Real heartbreak. She looked at me, eyes shining. We could actually make money from this. Real money. I wouldn't have to bounce from job to job anymore. I said yes. We started collecting stories from viewers. Daughters betrayed by fathers. Wives abandoned after 20 years. Best friends who weren't so friendly. We anonymized them, changed details, turned them into episodes. Every video started with the same structure. Hook. Tension. Emotional payoff. Twist. Cliffhanger. People stayed. They commented. They cried in the comments section. But the more we fed the beast, the hungrier it got. Views are dipping, Lily said one day, staring at the analytics page. People are getting used to us. We need something bigger. Something that feels dangerously real. I remember laughing. What, like one of us cheats and we document it? She didn't laugh. She just looked at me. Too long. Too quiet. And then she smiled. Relax. I'm kidding. I shrugged off the chill that ran down my spine. A week later, we did our first fully scripted fake story about us. We called it My Sister Moved In. And now my husband is different. In the video, I played the role of the suspicious wife. Lily was the naive, oversharing sister. Daniel, reluctantly, agreed to stand in a few blurred background shots, never showing his face. People need to see a hint of reality, Lily had said. Just enough to make them wonder. We filmed scenes in our actual kitchen, at our actual table, with our actual mugs and plates and memories. The comments poured in. The husband is definitely cheating. Your sister gives me bad vibes. If this happened to me, I'd burn the house down. We laughed reading them. We told ourselves it was just content. That's how it starts. With one lie that feels harmless. Until the line between performance and reality disappears. I wish I could point to one moment. One clear, sharp second where everything went from safe to dangerous. But it wasn't like that. It was slow. Lily stayed longer than planned. Her temporary stuff became permanent. Her toothbrush next to mine. Her jacket on the same hook as Daniel's. She and Daniel started sharing more than just jokes. I'd walk into the living room and find them on opposite ends of the couch, both on their phones, feet almost touching. I'd hear them in the kitchen, laughing about some meme I hadn't seen yet. You two are getting close, I said one night, trying to keep it light. We're family, Daniel said. Yeah, Lily added. We're like siblings. Calm down. There's that phrase again. Calm down. If anyone has ever told you to calm down when your gut is screaming, you know how that feels. I started noticing how she dressed around him. At first, it was nothing. Leggings. Oversized shirts. Then the shirts got smaller. The leggings were replaced by little shorts. No bra some mornings. Just a tank top and a shrug and a casual, it's just us. I told myself, you're being insecure. This is your sister. He loves you. One night, I woke up at 2 a.m. The side of the bed next to me was empty. I heard muffled voices downstairs. My heart started pounding. I padded quietly down the hall, every step echoing in my chest. The house was dark except for a blue glow from the kitchen. I stopped at the doorway. There they were. Daniel sitting at the table, head in his hands. Lily across from him, leaning forward, her hand on his arm. I don't know how to help her, he was saying. She's so stressed all the time. The channel. Work. Me. I feel like I'm failing her. You're not, Lily whispered. You're the best thing that's ever happened to her. She's just scared. When she's scared, she pushes people away. He looked up at her. Their faces were closer than they should have been. You really think so? He asked. I know so, she said. I could have walked in right then. I could have said, what are you two doing awake at 2 a.m.? Instead, I backed away, tears stinging my eyes. They were talking about helping me. I told myself that meant they cared. That meant it was fine. That night, I stared at the ceiling for hours. Ask yourself, if you were me, would you have gone down those last few steps? Would you have turned on the light? Tell me in the comments. Because sometimes, the things we don't want to see are the things that save us. The first real crack appeared on a Sunday afternoon. We were filming voiceovers that day. Our little makeshift studio was set up in the guest room, blankets hung on the walls to kill the echo, the mic on a stack of books. I finished a take and went downstairs for water. The house was oddly quiet. Daniel? I called. Lily? No answer. I checked the living room. Empty. The backyard. Empty. Then I noticed it. The garage door was slightly open. I walked over, my pulse picking up. Pushing the door open, I saw Lily's car parked crooked, like she'd rushed in. Daniel's car was right beside it. I heard voices. Soft, hurried. They were coming from inside Lily's car. I froze. The windows were fogged, just a little. I couldn't see clearly, but I saw movement. 2 silhouettes, too close. A laugh. Her laugh. My stomach turned to ice. I stood there, every nerve screaming. I didn't open the car door. I didn't bang on the hood. I did something else. Without thinking, I quietly reached into my pocket and pulled out my phone. I hit record. I held the phone low, close to the cracked window, heart beating so loud I was sure they'd hear it. Their voices became clearer. "She'll freak out," Daniel was saying. "You know she will. She's not like you." "I'm not doing anything," Lily whispered. "We're just talking. We're not crossing any lines." "Yet," he said. Silence. Then the sound that ripped me apart. A soft, wet sound. A kiss. My vision blurred. I pulled the phone back, hit stop, and backed away like I'd been burned. I went back inside, sat at the kitchen table, and stared at the recording. The audio was grainy, muffled, but clear enough. Yet, the kiss. I could show this to them. I could scream. I could throw them both out. Instead, I sat there for a full hour. I listened to those 5 seconds over and over again. I cried until my head ached. Then I did something that would surprise even the woman I thought I was. I uploaded the audio, but not to them. I uploaded it to the cloud. Just in case. If you're watching this and you've ever kept evidence, just in case. Tell me, does it make you feel powerful? Or does it make you feel like you're already losing? Once you hear your husband kiss your sister, you can't unhear it. But life doesn't stop. It drags itself forward, ugly and relentless. The next week, Lily made pancakes like nothing had happened. Daniel kissed my cheek like always. I played along. If you've ever had to pretend you don't know, you understand how that feels. Every word is heavy. Every smile a crack. I watched everything now. Their eyes. Their hands. The distance between them in every room. I started pushing them, lightly, testing. "Hey, I think it's time you found your own place again," I said to Lily one evening. "You've been here a while. You're doing well with the channel. You can afford it." She went still, then laughed. "Are you kicking me out?" "No, I just..." "Wow," she said. "After everything I've done to help you? The channel? The editing? You know I can't just pick up and go." Daniel stepped in, of course. "She's not kicking you out," he said. "We're just adjusting. It's a lot having 3 adults in one house. Right, Claire?" There it was again. "We. We're adjusting. We're talking about you, asterisk." That night, in bed, I turned to him. "Do you think we made a mistake?" I asked. "About what?" "Letting Lily in so much. The channel. Our lives. Us." He sighed. "She needed us. You know how your parents are. She is nobody else." I stared at the ceiling. "Sometimes I feel like I'm losing you." He was quiet a moment too long. Then, "You're not losing me. You're just scared." Like always. There it was. The narrative they'd built together in my absence. I'm scared. I'm insecure. I'm dramatic. The perfect setup to dismiss anything I might say. So I didn't say anything. Instead, I got smarter. I moved our old baby monitor camera from the attic and hid it in the living room, masked behind a stack of books. I turned on the recording feature on the smart doorbell, not just for when people pressed it, but anytime someone walked by. I started living with one goal. If they were going to break me, I would not be the one with nothing to show for it. The day everything changed was unremarkable. A Tuesday. Gray sky. A slow day on the channel. We decided to film anew based on real events, Story about a woman whose husband cheated with her sister. Ironic, right? We thought it would be another piece of fiction. I wrote the script. Lily added her dramatic flair. We decided to film some B-roll in the kitchen, silhouettes, half-glimpses, for atmosphere. I had a meeting that afternoon and left them to set up. You guys know what to do, I said. Just don't burn the house down. Promise, Lily said. Scout's honor, Daniel added. I left. 2 hours later, I got a notification on my phone. Motion detected. Living room camera. I ignored it at first. Those things go off for anything. A shift in light. The cat. A car passing outside. Then another notification. And another. And another. For clips. I was in my car in a parking lot 10 minutes before my meeting. My heart started racing. I opened the app and tapped the first clip. There they were. In my living room. Lily, sitting on the couch. Daniel, pacing. No one will ever know, she was saying, her voice low. It's just us. He stopped. It's not just us. There's her. She'll find out. She won't, Lily said, standing up, stepping toward him. She sees what she wants to see. She always has. Second clip. They're closer now. This is wrong, he whispered. So stop, she challenged softly, and didn't step back. His hand lifted, hovered by her hair. He dropped it. I love her, he said. I know, Lily replied. And I'm not asking you not to. Third clip. They're right in front of each other. I can't do this, he said. You already are, she breathed. They kissed. Not a drunken stumble in a car. Not a maybe. A real, deliberate kiss. His hands on her waist. Her fingers in his hair. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone. Fourth clip. They pulled apart, breathing hard. We said we wouldn't. Not here, he said. She smiled. Then don't think of it as cheating. Think of it as content. He frowned. What are you talking about? Her eyes flicked to the camera I'd hidden, though she couldn't have known it was there. No. She was looking at her camera. The one on the tripod in the corner. Imagine, she said. We take this, and we control it. Our story. Our version. We leak just enough. People will eat it up. It'll be the biggest series we've ever done. You want to expose us? He asked, horrified. Not us, she said. Characters. Names changed. Faces blurred. We can blur you like always. No one will know. He pulled away. I'm not doing that. Fine, she said, voice suddenly cold. Then keep sneaking around, pretending you don't want this. Pretending she's the only one you love. My meeting started and ended without me hearing a word. I sat in my car, those 4 clips replaying in my head over and over. And then something, in me, snapped into place. This wasn't just betrayal. This was strategy. They weren't just hurting me. They were turning my life into content. My pain was their storyline. So I made a decision. If they wanted a story, I would give the world the whole damn series. I didn't confront them that night. When I came home, dinner was on the stove. Lily was laughing at some joke I didn't hear. Daniel kissed my forehead like always. I played my part. I asked about their day. They forgot to mention the kissing. When they went to bed him to our room, her to the guest room that used to be a guest room, I stayed up. I gathered every piece of evidence. The garage audio. The living room tapes. The late-night kitchen conversation. I stitched them together, not as a hysterical wife, but as a storyteller. I added context. Titling segments. The night I should have seen it. The car. The living room. I blurred their faces, but not enough that they couldn't recognize themselves. Then I recorded my voiceover. No crying. No screaming. Just truth. My husband cheated with my sister, I said into the mic. They thought no one would ever know. But they forgot who I am. I make stories for a living. And this is the one they handed me. I talked about the slow erosion of trust. The gaslighting. The excuses. The way they used the channel, our channel, to warm the audience up to the idea that a sister could betray a sister. I didn't name them. I didn't have to. I uploaded the video to a new channel. One I created that night, with a faceless icon and no branding. Title: My husband cheated with my sister. I made them famous for it. Description: I tell other people's stories for a living. Today, I'm telling mine. I scheduled the video to go live at 7 p.m. the next day. Then, I did one more thing. I logged into the channel Lily and I shared. The one with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. From that account, I went to my new video and clicked share. I wrote, sometimes the stories are closer to home than you think. Watch till the end. And I hit post. The next evening at 6:59 p.m., I sat at the kitchen table with them like everything was normal. We ate. We talked about nothing. At 7:02 p.m., Lily's phone buzzed. Then again. And again. Daniel's phone lit up. What's going on? He muttered, frowning at his screen. Lily gasped, color draining from her face. Claire, she whispered. What did you do? Daniel's eyes flicked up to mine, then back to his phone, to the thumbnail of the video already racking up views. My husband cheated with my sister. I made them famous for it. Turn it off, he said. Take it down. Now. Outside, car lights passed slowly, oblivious. Inside, the three of us stared at each other, the glow of their screens painting our faces in electric blue. Why? I asked calmly. You wanted content, didn't you? Lily stood up so fast her chair screeched. You're going to ruin us. You're going to ruin everything we built. You ruined it, I said. I'm just telling the story. Notifications exploded on their phones. Comments. Shares. DMs. The video hit 100,000 views in under 15 minutes. Please, Daniel said, his voice breaking. We can fix this. We can talk. Just don't do this to us. To us. I repeated. There is no us anymore. Lily's face twisted. You're insane. You're going to make everyone hate us. Do you know what the internet does to people like us? I looked at her. I know, I said. That's the point. And here's where I did something that even I didn't expect. I hit go live. Not on the new channel. On our channel. The big one. The one they cared about. The live stream notification popped up on both their phones at once. Going live. Behind the scenes of our most personal story yet. Lily's eyes widened. What? Claire, what are you doing? Sit down, I said. Or walk away. Either way, the camera's on. I turned the laptop toward us, the little green light blinking like a heartbeat. Comments started to flood in immediately. Is this real? Are you okay? Did he really do it with your sister? Say something, Claire. If you're watching this now, you might have been there that night. Drop a I saw it live if you remember. I took a deep breath. Hi, I said to the hundreds of thousands of people now watching. You've heard a lot of stories from us. Tonight, you're going to watch one in real time. Lily reached for the laptop to shut it. Daniel grabbed her wrist. Stop, he whispered. If we do anything now, it makes us look guilty. She stared at him like she couldn't believe what she was hearing. Guilty. As if that wasn't already decided. I looked into the camera and asked, what would you do if your husband cheated with your sister and then wanted you to keep it a secret? And the comments exploded. That night was only the beginning. I thought making them famous for what they did would be enough. It wasn't. Because fame does something to people. It doesn't just expose them. It changes them. The sponsors called. The lawyers called. Our parents called. Some people took my side. Others took theirs. The internet, as always, took no prisoners. You've heard the beginning of my story. How I found out. How I hit upload. How I watched the two people I loved most in the world watch themselves. What you haven't heard yet is what happened after. How Lily tried to turn herself into the victim. How Daniel went on an apology tour. How strangers showed up at our house. How one decision I made in anger turned into a movement I couldn't control. If you want to hear the rest. If you want to know what I did when the sponsors tried to profit off my pain. When my sister tried to launch her own channel off the scandal. When my husband showed up with flowers at my door, with a camera crew behind him. Because my name is Claire. My husband cheated with my sister. I made them famous for it. But this was just part one.